Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is all about my first trimester. This trimester has just been, there's been a lot of things, and it's not just like how I'm feeling physically, it's been mentally, emotionally. I haven't really been able to film anything because I feel like I have been living life as a zombie. So I'm gonna give a little background on my pregnancy and a little just briefing on the miscarriage and then the pregnancy and like fertility stuff. If you want to jump straight to first trimester symptoms and everything, then I will put the I'll put the timestamp in right here. So my husband and I actually got pregnant in April of this year. We got married in January, got pregnant in April, and then later we learned that we conceived triplets in the first ultrasound. And that was a terrible, stressful, shocking, amazing day all in one. This is for a whole other video if you want me to get in depth with this. And I have tried sitting down a couple different times and filming. I don't know if I'm gonna refilm again just because it's such a tough one to film and I'm still not sure like what I am content with as far as like that type of video. If I want it to be raw and real or I want myself to be a little more composed. It's just a sensitive area for me and I just have to figure out what I'm gonna end up doing. So we ended up miscarrying in June and got pregnant again in late July. So now getting into like the fertility aspect of it, like right after or in the midst of recovering from bleeding and everything with the miscarriage, I was also ovulating and because I have like those OPK test strips, I was concerned that maybe the HCG hormone would get confused with the LH hormone, which is the ovulation hormone, because they're very similar from what I had been looking up. But what I did was I tested on a pregnancy test and then I also tested on an ovulation test. The ovulation test was blaring positive and I had felt like I was ovulating. This is why I took the test to begin with. I felt that telltale ovary crampiness. I can just tell when I'm ovulating. And so the OPK test was bright red positive and the pregnancy test I took alongside of that was very faint. So to me, that was my answer. I just knew. But I was still healing. I was still mentally was not in a place, mentally or emotionally or physically in a place to decide to have a baby or to try to have a baby again. So then I got my period and then it wasn't until the next time that I started ovulating that I realized I do want a baby, and my husband was on the same page. We both wanted a baby. So we got pregnant late July. I found out officially August 5th. I had a stream of faint tests, but I got my first clear blue digital positive test on August 5th. It was a Monday. And yeah, and now we have our rainbow baby. Now on to first trimester symptoms and how it all went down. Before I got a positive, I definitely was feeling pregnant. It was very similar to the first go round. And this is gonna be TMI. Let me put that disclaimer out and not say anything more about it because honestly, a pet peeve of mine is when I watch pregnancy videos and every single one is like, TMI, oh sorry, TMI, TMI, every time they mention a detail. It's a pregnancy video, it's gonna be TMI. I mean, what else are you here for? Within the first week of being pregnant, I noticed my nipples were really sore. They were what I'd call erect. They were just stick it out and it was, you know, it's just weird. It's not normal. Oh my gosh, the mood swings were just all over the place. I was crying all the time and my husband knew too because I was just like, about random things and I would just like feel bad about something or I'd feel moved by something and he was like, yeah, she's pregnant. So, but I kept telling myself, but maybe I'm not. Because when I started testing, and I started testing really early, they were very, very, very faint. So I probably tested a week after like the time that we started trying. But my cycle was all off, so it really was only a couple days before my period. Like, it was just all messed up. And so I was like, yeah, I'll just start testing, what the heck? And it really did drive me crazy. And I swear I saw some lines, and then I would test for the next 2 or 3 days, and the lines were either non-existent or even fainter. So I was like, what does this mean? Is this a chemical pregnancy? Am I not pregnant at all? Is this somehow HCG in my system? When really I had tested before then, and I had totally cleared all the HCG out of my system. Just saying. I just, you know, I knew. I just had that like mother's instinct, I guess. I just knew. But I wasn't telling myself it because I just didn't want to like be sad, you know? Like I had already been through a lot of grieving and it was already a scary process to decide to embark on this again, to try to have a baby. So when I got that digital test, I was like, oh my gosh, the mood swings, the nipple soreness. I really didn't have nausea too much, but it would kind of flare on here and there in like very mild ways. The other thing that I really noticed was I had to pee a lot. All of a sudden, always had the urge to pee, like instantly, guys. And I also noticed I had a lot of discharge. A lot of like milky white discharge, which is kind of the telltale signs. Another thing, my gums were bleeding. So the combination of everything and everything I was looking at, you look up those first 2 weeks pregnancy symptoms, like how I knew videos, and I might even make a video on that because they're just so interesting and I loved having those to watch. I was like, yep, that's me, yep, that's me. Oh no, that's not me, I'm not pregnant. Yep, that's me, yep, that's me, yep, that's me. Oh no, that's me, I'm probably not pregnant. So I was going crazy. I wrote a list, not in order, but in summation of the first trimester symptoms that I'm just gonna spout off. Tender nipples, itchy swollen breasts, nasal congestion, excess saliva, gross dry taste in the morning when I wake up because I have so much saliva in my gums, headaches at night, stretching, cramps, growing pains, round ligament pains, can't get up fast at all because otherwise I'm gonna like, ugh, it just like feels like I'm pulling something down there. Constant peeing, nausea and food aversion, indigestion / stomach aches, lower back pain. Ugh, we're sitting here right now. Oh, my back hurts so bad. And now I'm trying to figure out how to just sleep on my side and my back is like, anyway. Popping bones out of whack easier. I think it's the relaxant, but I'll like throw out my shoulder, like closing my car door, like it's ridiculous. Oily lip hair, acne, lots of milky white vaginal discharge, libido up and down, bloat, in caps, ugh. Off and on insomnia, sweats, lowest energy I've ever had in my life, mood swings, a lot of crying and being emotionally moved by things much easier than before, and shortness of breath. I think I got everything on there. Maybe I missed something. This is just my summary of all the first trimester symptoms. Ugh. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm so happy to be in the second trimester. But for those of you that are watching that are like halfway through, please just don't despair. Hang in there. You got this. You got this. Soon enough, you'll be in that second trimester and hopefully feeling better. I haven't even shown you guys what I'm like reading out of. This is the Bloom Daily Planner's baby journal, I guess you could say, pregnancy journal, but it also is like for the first full year of your baby's life, which I love that it's like a 2-in-1. So far they only have 1 model out, but it's got pink and blue. To me it looks a little more girly. I don't know if you guys think that too, but it says planning for joy. It's great because at the beginning you can talk about like the story about how you told your family when you found out and how you're feeling going into your first trimester, how you're feeling in your family tree. So there's fun stuff like that at the beginning. You know, like different names you like. I'm not gonna show you that because that's secret stuff. They have pregnancy tips, they have diet and routine stuff, sample meal plan, exercise plan, nursery ideas. We've got a lot of stuff. So then they have a medical info section. They have a tab for first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, and this is just kind of like 1 week per page, and you can log like whatever you want in these boxes. And on the bottom they show like water intake and if you took your prenatal vitamin, and then they have like due by call, how I'm feeling, memories, milestones, and notes section. So anyway, and then at the back they have all the baby stuff for the first year with the baby. So that's just a little recap of what I'm reading out of. So now on to things that have helped me in the first trimester. I wish I had more things to show you, but I have a couple things that I'm convinced have helped me. A couple like tips and products for you. First thing, with the constant burping, nausea, acid reflux scenario, I really wanted to avoid taking Tums because I heard it's not the best thing to take all the time. I don't even actually own Tums. Chewing mint gum kind of helped. The mint I think helped with the nausea, but as far as the burping and the acid reflux, I needed to solve that problem, and I think something that actually has helped a lot, let me show you. I think these are the only products I'm actually going to show. But I had been drinking out of my Starbucks tumbler. It's like cracked. I've had this forever. I've been drinking out of straw tumblers for a long time. Problem with that, I looked up, slurping out a straw can give you a lot of burps. And that just is not what we need right now. So I went to Wally World. Actually, I went online to Wally World. I got this 32-ounce baby. It's pretty large, and it's annoying to have to screw this off, but I'm getting more in the habit of it, which I should be drinking this. I truly believe this has helped with my burping. And bonus, it has helped me keep track of my water intake. I'm religious about in the morning. Woo!
In the morning. Woo!
Water like just jumped out. Did you see that? Whew. Okay. I'm religious about in the morning. I will want it full to the top to keep track. And so if I aim for 3 to 4 of these a day, at least 3, minimum 3, right? And normally I get about 3 in. But sometimes you get like 3.5, sometimes 4 in. It's hard for me to commit to drinking a lot of water, especially when you're not having days where you feel the best. It's kind of hard. Another thing that's helped, and I think I might just like pop up, hello sweats, hello Clash and Gray sweats. I think I might just like pop up a picture of what I'm talking about. My Kind Organic prenatals. So Garden of Life, My Kind Organic. They have a gummy version and then they have a once daily version. They're like true folate and they're not folic acid, which folic acid is basically the man-made version to get folate or methyl difolate or whatever. And folic acid takes like 5 times longer for your body to actually like pull the nutrients out and get that get the nutrients out, which is really interesting. So folate is the natural way to go. It's the best way to go because it's just like one and done. I'll leave a reference to the link for prenatal vitamins. This one lady who's like a doctor or something, she has a lot of info on it. So she has the right statistics. I don't believe I do, so don't listen to me. But I think like something ridiculously high, like 70% of women can't actually even like go through that 5-step process or whatever it is to make folic acid into folate, so then you're not getting anything. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like prenatal vitamins are expensive, especially the nice like high-end kind, and that's what you kind of have to get if you really want the best, right? So my tip in this is make sure you get real folate, but it's hard to get real folate if you're getting the gummy like sugary stuff. So this brand, Garden of Life, My Kind Organic, makes gummy vitamins, and they sit so well on my stomach. It's really nice. The kind of horse pill tablets that smell really strong and taste, I still don't like them, but I know they're good for me. They would mess up my stomach. So try yourself some good, like whole food, folate, not folic acid, gummy vitamins. It'll help you. It helped me. It helped me so much to make the switch. And that's important stuff, especially in first trimester. The only other thing that I feel like really helped me get through my first trimester was my husband giving me like back rubs and like scalp massages when my head hurts. But that's it, guys. Those few things. I'm hoping next time around I have a little more understanding on like how to conquer it, and hopefully have a little more energy and willpower to do weekly videos and to also exercise. Those are goals going into next pregnancy that I'm definitely gonna keep in mind. So now onto stats. I don't know how freaking long this video is gonna be. It feels like it's taking forever. I actually lost about 5 pounds from start to finish of the first trimester. Granted, I was at pretty much my heaviest weight that I go to. Like, it's when I like am not paying attention working out. I'm eating unhealthy and I know it. Like, I think I just kind of slipped into that, especially like during the miscarriage and after. I was still physically healing, and then I just got into really bad shape, and then I just ate whatever I wanted to because my appetite was back because I wasn't pregnant anymore. And then, you know, it was just a rapid decline. So I was at my heaviest, which is like, I hate saying this, but like 145. And so at the end of this, I was at like 140. My doctor's not too concerned because I still am at like a pretty healthy weight. I'm not like wasting away. I think I just had to shed some the pounds, and I also like had a really hard time having like even 2 meals a day that were a decent size, and that's how it all happened. Another symptom about me is I have high blood pressure. Most pregnant women have to deal with low blood pressure. If anything, I have high, ish. It's higher than my doctor wants it to be. So I've had 2 prenatal appointments at this point. And both times I would go in, the nurse would take my blood pressure, and I would be talking, but I'd try to be like relaxing. And I'd be anxious about fighting the heartbeat or whatever in the appointment. And I'd always be honest about that, but I'd also be like, I feel like I'm pretty relaxed. And my numbers were like ridiculous. Like 140 something over like 85. Like, I'm not a middle-aged fat man. Like, it just really kind of gave me a little bit of a complex, to be honest. And I'm like, what? And like, I've been trying to have green smoothies. This is like frozen okra and spinach and protein and almond milk. I've been trying to eat like decent things, or like granola, or like maybe eggs, like now that I can eat. Like, I just feel like I haven't been binging on like a bunch of like sodium stuff. Like, I just didn't understand, right? But then we'd retake it, and now I think I was like 131 over 90, or so. I can't remember what it was. Something that was like still high, but like not like high, not like now I'm in the danger zone, because the danger zone is like 140 to 160, and 160 is like now you need like medical help. So any of you out there that want to be praying for my baby, aside from just like overall health and well-being for me and my child, my blood pressure, because it stresses me out, and to me, I think of like hypertension and like preeclampsia stuff, and I like, whew. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and I can deal with it, but like, oh man, that's scary. Like, preeclampsia is scary. I'm rambling. So as far as the bump goes, I feel like I really didn't show very much other than like bloating in the entire first trimester. I can try to like sit up here and show you guys my bump. This is just my bra leg. It goes down like really low, so this isn't a good angle to do it, but I will insert a video I took of myself at like 12 weeks, maybe even 13 weeks pregnant. Like, I took it recently. I sent it to my mom and my sister because I was like, I don't feel like I'm sticking out at all for a baby that's supposed to be like getting pretty sizable, you know, and my uterus is supposed to be like pretty big. That was too big. I don't think it's really accurate to take it now, because I do feel like I'm starting to see some changes within the last week or so. So I don't think it's accurate to show you where my tummy's at now. But yeah, it's still small. So, you know, nothing to be too concerned about. But I definitely am not like some of those videos where you see moms just like wow, you know, 9 weeks in, there's a bump. I know that's more like a non-first time mom type of thing. If you've already had a baby or 2 or 3 before, like, you're obviously gonna stick out more. So yeah. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it. I hope you maybe learned a little something, and I do hope that you won't be completely discouraged by this, because a lot of it was like negative symptom after negative. But just to know that like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You will make it to that 2nd trimester, and it will get better, hopefully. So stay tuned for weekly updates, because I definitely want to like pledge to doing that. Like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for doing the bump dates, and I'm excited for doing like the week by week stuff. It's gonna be fun. The videos are gonna be much shorter than this one, because obviously I'm not cramming in 13 weeks into one video. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell icon, because if you don't hit the bell icon, most of the time you won't be notified of my video. So if you want to actually know when I'm posting a video, hit the bell icon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep smiling and have a wonderful day. And stay tuned for bloopers, because those are always there. I don't like this background. Getting the good smells going. Now he gets the lighting. Light that candle. I did it. So lovely. Ugh. But to me, that still doesn't make it like super icy. And this is because I started extreming. Nope, that wasn't the word. Like, this is more about me and my pregnancy, less about the baby. Sorry baby. Excuse me, burping. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just burping for no reason. I was that 5-year-old kid that didn't understand completely how milkshakes work. I got a milkshake and decided to save it, and I put it in my fridge, and the next day I cried because it like completely melted. And my mom's like, oh honey, that was a milkshake and now it's garbage, so. I'm so out of breath right now. And that's another symptom. Yo. This is so annoying. I've had my stinking candle lid on the couch next to me the entire video. That's annoying. Your girl is thirsty. I've been talking for a long time. So, you're gonna be peeing a lot anyway, by the way. So, really drinking a lot of water doesn't really affect it too much because you're already feeling the urge to pee, whether it's like this much pee or like, you know, full bladder. I don't know what that was. Anyway, you just like put it right on there and it was like, and Jake and I looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, that's our baby. That's our baby's heartbeat. We're literally listening in real time to our baby's heartbeat. Oh my gosh. Hey baby. Oh my goodness. Talked about my weight loss. We talked about my minimal bump. Sorry. Ugh, so burpy. Bye. Goodbye from baby and me.